Sir, this car hasn't moved in years, has it?
Since my wife passed, it stayed right there.
So it's not abandoned, it's just waiting with you.
The city could flag this, even tow it soon.
They can take the car, but not what it holds.
Then they're not taking anything today.
They can tow this in a few days and fine him $600 if nothing changes. And that was the first thing I told Paul when I saw the Camaro, sitting behind that old wooden shed in Tulsa, Oklahoma, covered in leaves like the world had slowly tried to forget it. And before anything else, comment and tell me where you are watching from. Because depending on where life has taken you, this story might feel closer than you expect. Paul was 91, sitting quietly in his wheelchair with his hands resting on his lap, fingers trembling slightly from Parkinson's. His eyes locked on the car as if it was the only thing still holding him together. And when I asked him how long it had been there, he didn't hesitate. Not since she passed. I just couldn't touch it again. He told me that Camaro was the last place he ever sat with his wife before she got sick. The last drive they took together before everything changed. And after she was gone, he parked it there thinking maybe one day he would clean it. Maybe one day he would start it again. But that day never came. Time moved forward, but that moment didn't, and the leaves kept falling, season after season, until the car no longer looked like something that was loved, just something that had been left behind. A neighbor eventually reported it, saying it looked abandoned. And in many parts of the US, a car like that can be flagged as a non-operational vehicle, especially when it sits outside and starts blending into the environment. And that's how something meaningful slowly gets reduced to a violation on paper. I asked him if he ever thought about letting it go, and he shook his head slowly, saying if I let that car go, I lose the last place I still feel her sitting next to me. That hit harder than anything else, because it wasn't about metal or rust, or even the years. It was about the only memory he could still physically stand in front of, even if he couldn't bring himself to touch it. The Camaro itself was a 1979 Z28, a piece of American muscle that once meant youth and freedom, now sitting quiet under layers of dust and leaves, waiting for someone to see it again, not as something abandoned, but as something unfinished. So I told Paul we weren't just cleaning a car. We were protecting something the world was about to erase. Because once the city tags it, tows it, or finds it, it becomes just another problem to solve instead of a life to remember. As we started clearing the leaves, brushing away years of silence from the hood, Paul leaned forward slightly in his chair, watching every movement like he was seeing a part of his life come back into focus. And in that moment, I realized some things don't get left behind because they're worthless. They get left behind because they matter too much to let go. If you believe some memories deserve more time before the world moves on without them, like this video, share it with someone who still holds on to something they can't replace. And comment memory if you understand why some things are worth saving. Because sometimes God doesn't take things away, He waits to see who will protect them.